welcome to my channel. My name is Claire Moy, and let's jump right into this video. This is a long overdue and highly requested makeup tutorial, guys, and I had a lot of fun doing this makeup look. I really did. I was like, Claire Moy, get back into it. Do these makeup looks. The people asked for it, the people got it. All right, let me stop. So, as you read from the title, this is a makeup video. It also includes my COVID story. So we're about to get into that, but we're gonna do something new, okay? I'm gonna tell you guys 2 truths and 1 lie about my life, and then you have to comment down below which one is the truth, and in my next video I will reveal which one was the truth and which ones are the lies, okay? So 2 truths and 1 lie, okay? And I'm gonna do it in a way where they all look true, okay? I'm engaged. I've been arrested 4 times. And the last one is I was a stripper for a day. So which 2 are the lie and which one is the truth? Leave your comments down below. And then in the next video, I'll reveal, you know, what it really is. Anyways, enjoy this makeup tutorial. Make sure you subscribe, turn on your post notifications, leave me some comments, you know, all that good stuff. And I will see you all in my next video. Let's jump right into this makeup look. First, I'm going to be using my Dose of Colors lip balm. It is amazing. Oh, it feels so good. And lately, the side of my mouth has been really, really dry. And like, if I open my mouth too wide in the morning times, I literally rip the side of my mouth, which is new. So I've been wearing a lot of moisturizer on my lips. Okay, so as the title, I don't know if the title is gonna say it, but I had COVID. Tomorrow will be exactly 1 week since I got my negative COVID test back. But I had COVID literally for less than 10 days. And we're going to get into that. I'm going to start with my Anastasia Jackaina palette. Okay, so as you all know, I went to Mexico. Not one of my best decisions in life, but I live in a very small New York apartment and I really needed to get out, okay? I needed to get out, I needed some space, and it was really inexpensive. And also, I was planning on moving to Mexico. So during this pandemic, I was planning on just going and like not coming back for a while. So that's why I felt like, okay, it was safe to do because I'm not traveling back and forth. Ooh, what is that? Honey. And I decided just to go for 10 days. We ended up staying in Mexico for 10 days. We were extremely safe, guys. We treated it just like it was Christina and I. She's actually vlogging, so you can go check out our other channel and you'll see all of my Mexico vlogs. We were extremely safe. We wore our face shields on the plane with our mask. We didn't go to any bars, any clubs, or anything like that. We pretty much went to the beach where there weren't a lot of people. We were extremely, extremely safe. So after I came back from Mexico, I then went and quarantined. I quarantined just because, you know, my mom lives with me and I wanted to make sure that I don't bring anything back to her. So I went and I quarantined. Everything was great. I had a great time quarantining. Me and Christina, we stayed in a really, really nice Airbnb. Everything was amazing, blah, blah, blah. So now we come back home and that's it. Just living our regular life. We feel great. You know, we don't have a cold. We don't have any headaches. We don't have anything that could... We don't have any COVID symptoms. And then all of a sudden, from like being home after Mexico, after quarantining, and then being home for like 7 days, a week or so, I start to get the sniffles. But mind you, I'm in New York City, and no, I'm not putting any primer on my eyelids. Mind you, we're in New York City, so it's cold. And I usually get a cold every winter because it's cold outside. So I always get the sniffles and stuff like that. So I'm not really stressing it. But because of COVID, I am stressing it. I'm like, oh my God, this could be COVID, even though this feels very familiar. It doesn't feel any different than normal. And then just to be safe, I'm like, I have to go get the COVID test because my mom. I want to make sure that my mom is safe. So Christina, my mom, and I, we go get the COVID test. I don't know, I'm a little nervous. And when I get nervous, I just get dizzy and I get a headache and I stress out a lot. So we go and get the COVID test, and the guy comes back. He gives my mom and Christina their negative test. And I'm like, where's mine? And he's like, oh, it's coming. And I'm like, I have COVID. I just knew it. And he looked at me in the eye. He looked at me weird. Actually, no, I didn't ask him where my COVID test is. I was just asking Christina and my mom, like, where's my COVID test? Why he didn't give mine? And they're just assuring me that everything's fine. But I just knew it. So then another guy comes and he like calls me, and I'm like, I fucking have it. And he calls me and he tells me that, I'm positive. I have COVID. Go home. He didn't really give me any instructions. He was just like, you can breathe, so you're pretty much fine. Just come back in 7 to 10 days to take another test, and then we'll see where it's at, just relax. He doesn't give me any like instructions. I don't sign any special paper, like nothing. He just lets me go. So I'm like, what about my mom? Like, should I send her somewhere by herself where she's safe? He's like, well, I can't tell you to leave your house, so I don't know. Like, homeboy didn't give a shit. So I get in the car, yeah, and I am bawling. Like, I am crying my eyes out. Like, you would think. I was just so upset that I got COVID because I felt like I was safe, regardless of my silly trip. I felt like I was being really safe, and I still got it. And I didn't really care so much about myself having it. I was really worried about my mom and Christina. I was like, I put the two people that I care about the most in danger. And I was just like boo-hoo loudly crying. Like it was bad. It was bad. I was terrified. I was just thinking about my mom. Like, oh my God, this lady, I'm going to give her COVID. And on top of that, if I were to give my mom COVID, she would never let me live it down. Like, she would make me feel so, so bad. So I am boohoo crying. I'm like, what are we gonna do? Mom, you can't stay in this apartment. Even if I quarantine in the room, this apartment is too small. You have to go. You have to go to an Airbnb. My mom is extremely stubborn. Like, my mom is the most stubborn person I've ever met in my entire life. So I'm like, I don't understand. You're so scared to get COVID, but you want to stay in this little apartment. Like, what is the problem? Why don't you want to go somewhere? So finally, we convince her that she needs to go to an Airbnb, right? Because she is negative and we can't afford for her to get COVID. So she goes, stays in this beautiful Airbnb. The lady who owns Airbnb really looked out for my mom, and I hope she enjoyed herself because it was a really, really nice Airbnb, and she stayed there for 10 days. In the meantime, I am quarantined in the room. Christina only comes in the room with her shield and her mask and gloves. She's bringing me food, bringing me tea literally every 5 minutes, cooking ginger tea and doing stuff that she normally, I mean, she would always take care of me, but me cooking and making tea and stuff, I usually do that for her. And she just completely, like, once Christina did that, the way she treated me during COVID, I was like, I completely fell back in love. It was amazing. Like, so Christina's main thing was not to get me stressed, because she knows that once I'm stressed, I get physically ill. So she was really, really making sure that I don't get stressed out. And then I lost the sense of smell. Honestly, if I didn't lose my sense of smell, I really felt like they was lying to me about having COVID, because I was perfectly fine. Like, my sniffles left. Like, my throat didn't hurt. I got headaches, but it's the same headaches that I normally get. It didn't feel any different. But my sense of smell left. But I could still taste, I could still eat. I like everything tastes normal, whatever. But if my sense of smell did not leave, yeah, I would be like, these people playing games with me. I don't have no COVID, because but I am also very grateful that my symptoms were so mild. And then after the 10 days, I got tested again, and I didn't have COVID. But again, I felt like I didn't have COVID this entire time. My sense of smell is back. So yeah, that was my experience with COVID. I was just really, really worried about my mom. Isn't that crazy? Even when I am sick, I am worried about this lady. Okay, so what I'm doing right now is I'm just gonna smoke out my eyes using a brown eyeshadow. Now I'm going to take a new eyeshadow palette, guys, that I saw a beauty, I don't think we call ourselves beauty gurus anymore, so I don't know the name. But another girl who does makeup here on YouTube, I saw her use this palette, and I was like nuts. I was like, oh, I'm getting it. So it's called Beauty Vaulte. It literally came in like 2 days. How much did I think I spent $19 or $25 on this. Can't remember. But it has pressed glitter. Pressed glitter. I've never tried pressed glitter before. So it's supposed to be like no mask, pressed glitter. So I'm going to go in with the brown glitter. And I'm going to apply it to my eye. Oh. Oh. Oh my god. No glue or anything. And the girl that I saw her video using this, I will leave her YouTube name below. I have to find her again. Oh my god, that is so cool. Look at that. There's no fallout. Look at that. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with this other color and put that over here. Okay, I'm literally gonna go buy all the pressed glitters because this is amazing. Okay, so now I'm taking some black eyeshadow and I'm adding it to my crease. Not my crease, my outer corner. This is pretty much the makeup look she did, guys. I was in love with it. Okay, so I went to the beauty supply store, and the beauty supply store has some bomb ass lashes, guys. I'm gonna go with this one. These lashes are, they're very soft, which could be a good thing or a bad thing. I just wish it had a little bit more, it was a little bit more sturdy. They're very, very soft, and I don't like that too much. Now that the lashes are done, the eyes are almost finished, let's go in with our primer. And the primer that I'm using is from CoverGirl, and it's the Moisturizing Hydration Primer, because I like my skin to be like very moisturized when I'm putting on foundation. Now, I haven't been wearing primer like I used to, because it's like, I feel like it doesn't do anything for my skin, like mattifying primers. But I have been wearing a lot of moisturizer underneath my foundation. So because this primer says moisturizing, that's why I'm using it. I like for my skin to be like that. The foundation that I'm using, of course, is by Lancôme. I've been using this bad boy for years. If it ain't broke, don't mess with it. Period. I do want to try different foundations, but I just don't know what, because this foundation works so well. I'm putting like way more than I normally would, but oh well. Not too much on the forehead, because I do have to put on a wig later. Not for this video, but a wig is coming. All right, so we're gonna take this sponge. This sponge is from Dose of Colors. Actually, no, I'm gonna go in with my big puffy brush. This is from BH Cosmetics. Alrighty, we're gonna go in with my TooFaced concealer. And honestly, if Jackaina had not suggested this, I would have never really messed with TooFaced, but this is the best concealer I have ever used. Seriously. Right up in here, right up in here, here. We want that nice highlight going up. You know, you want to snatch that nose. I like to snatch my nose because I really like the highlight I get in the center. So I just added it to these high points of my face to highlight. I'm not even sure if it was recording that time. Yeah, I love working with sponges when I'm doing my makeup. It just blends it out so beautifully. But I work with both. You know, I work with brushes and sponges. So now I'm going to immediately go in with my TooFaced setting powder, which is okay. It's okay. I love my Laura Mercier here, but I ran out and I have not gone anywhere because after this COVID situation, yeah, I'm not going anywhere. I'm sorry. I am not going anywhere. I have to go to the grocery store. I'm terrified because it's the only place I went when I came back, because I didn't catch it in Mexico because there was too much time passed between it, you know? So I must have got it from the grocery store. So my ass ain't going nowhere. I'm doing my own nails at home. I really wanted to stay away from acrylic, but I'm gonna buy some acrylic stuff from Amazon and mess with my nails. And that's that. I ain't going nowhere. Oh, guys, let's touch bases on Bali. So they closed the people from America can't go to Bali. They closed the port, whatever it's called. It's shut down. So you cannot enter Bali if you're coming from the United States. I don't know when they're gonna open it again. They closed it January 3rd. So I don't know when they're gonna open it again. But you know what? I saw it as, that's okay. I saw it, I'm okay with that, because after some thinking, I actually feel like instead of using all that money that I was going to spend on renting a place to stay in Bali, I'm going to use that money and put it down on a house and move the hell up out of New York City. Because I was running, right? The reason why I was going to Bali, because I was running. I needed to get away. And of course, I wanted to try something new and different. But once I come back, I have to come back to New York. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna just focus on using this money that I'm saving that was originally meant for Bali. I'm gonna use it to buy a home. And when I buy that home, I will have enough money to furnish it right away. When I moved to Atlanta, I bought furniture. I furnished every room in that apartment. I was able to do everything I wanted to do when I moved to Atlanta. So when I move to a house, I want to be able to just furnish everything, get everything I want to get the way I want it, and I don't have to worry about, you know, living a few months without furniture, without this, without that. So that's a decision that I made. I still would love to go. I would love to experience it. But since COVID, I'm just listen, I'm just not going nowhere. Like, it scared me to hell straight. Like, I don't understand how people are clubbing. I would be terrified. Like, you cannot catch me at nobody's club. Like, even when I went to Mexico, I was at nobody's club. That don't make me any better from, you know, because that was a mistake. I shouldn't have done that. But I don't know, man. I'm terrified. I just want to stay home and not catch COVID. I also heard that once you have COVID, you have to wait, because my mom already got the first shot of the vaccine. And I heard that once you have COVID, you have to wait 90 days before you are able to get the vaccine. So, and then my mom wants to go to Suriname, so I was gonna head out there with her for a little bit. But I'm like, I ain't going nowhere without no vaccine. I ain't going nowhere with COVID still in the air, even though, you know, COVID's probably gonna be around forever. But I'm not going nowhere until we figure out what to do with COVID. Because when I was sitting in the room by myself for these 10 days, I had a lot to think about. And I realized how much I want to live. And I realized how much I take life for granted. You know, I want to live through this pandemic. I want my mom to live through this pandemic. So I'm just wiping everything off. This is the bronzer that I use. Not bronzer, contour powder that I use. It is amazing. It is from CoverGirl. They actually sent this to me a while back, and then I used it and I was like, oh my god, it is the perfect shade. And it's been a wrap ever since. One thing I'm always afraid of is having all this makeup on my face and then not having makeup like like in this area. Like, I don't want somebody to stand behind me and see that like I have a full face of makeup and then nothing right here. Because I went to this elf trip a while ago and Patrick Star was there. Girl, that man, look, I don't know what his pronouns are. I'm assuming his pronouns are still he, him. So I'm not even gonna say that man. I don't know, because I don't want to offend nobody with their pronouns, but I'm about to offend you with that makeup. Because baby, Patrick Star had like a mask on, and right here, because I was standing like behind him, right here it was just like no makeup and then like a thick mask of makeup, and it wasn't even the right skin tone. It was terrible. So since then I've always been really afraid for someone to stand behind me and my makeup look like that. Okay, so what are we gonna use to highlight underneath our eyes? We're gonna go back in with that brown shade. You didn't even have to bring it all the way in, just focus it in the back. Let's take some of this bad boy and put it in the corner of the eyes. It's just like my favorite thing to do. It just brightens everything. Highlights. I don't know which highlight to use. Oopsie. We have these from Juvia's Place, but for some reason none of them really look good on me. But then we have this one from Cami, and it looks really, really pretty on me. It's one of my favorites. It has this bright gold and then this bronzy shimmer. So I go in with the bright gold and I put that on, and it's not too much. And I put that on first. You see that? Whew, it's so pretty. Look at that. Oh, that was too much. It's so pretty. You only need a little bit of this stuff. Like, you only need a little bit. And then I go in with the darker one and I also use that. All right, then we're gonna take a blush. See, I wasn't recording, but I'm going in with my MAC blushes, which MAC still is my favorite for blushes. And I'm gonna go in with this shade right here. And I already started, but I wasn't recording because I forget to hit record all the time. And I'm going to apply a generous amount. My Revlon setting spray. This is what they send me actually. So I don't use it often, but we're gonna use it today. Okay. The same brush without product on it. This is my highlight brush. And I like to touch it up when my face is still a little wet. Ooh, I don't like that. I do not like that. Now let's put on some mascara. I'm going to be using the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara, and this mascara it's kind of bomb. I had it for a while now. When I go to Ulta, I don't know if Ulta has Too Faced. I think it does. I'm going to re-up. Which I don't know when I'm going to Ulta because I'm scared to do the house, but I don't want to order it online because I also want to see what new makeup they have. But no, I'm going to order it online. So whenever I am about to do my lips lately, I like to go in and just add a little bit more setting powder right there. Okay. Now, one of my amazing fellow content creators, Jazzy Baptiste, who's literally been one of my supporters from the beginning. This a beautiful person, has supported my channel from the beginning. Comments, likes, everything. Sends me DMs, just gives me, it's just a great person. I will leave all of their information down below. So their name is Jazzy Baptiste, but their makeup line is called BaptisteBeauty. BaptisteBeauty. I really like that, and we are going to choose from these lippies which ones to use. And I would love it if you guys go and support Jazzy Baptiste. Really amazing human being. Amazing. Okay, so I know that they send me a brown liquid liner called HBCU, period. I like that name. And I'm gonna use that to line my lips. Ugh, it is a dark brown. Yes, baby. Exactly what I need. It seems to be even darker than Chocolate Wasted from Dose of Colors. I love that. Thank you. This liquid lipstick is beautiful. It is literally your perfect lip liner, or lipstick, of course, but I like to use liquid lipsticks as lip liners. They last longer. But not only that, I put this on like 2 minutes ago, and even though it's dry, I can still move it. So I was still able to blend my bottom lip out. Let's pick a lippy. Definitely not gonna do red. Definitely not doing red today. That's pretty. Ooh, I think I'm just gonna do this one. This is a little lighter, but I really like this one. And this one is more like probably my perfect nude. But I want this one to add some color to all this brownness. See? That's pretty. This just feels like a gloss. That is beautiful. And now I'm gonna take a lip gloss from Cami Cosmetics in the shade Lip Addict. I like to always put it on the back of my hand so I can get more. I do this with all lip glosses. So then I have like a whole bunch to play with now. And then add that. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. All right, so now we can wipe away this powder. Go in, my sponge is still a little damp. Brow powder. I mean brow set. This color is in red chestnut. And just go up in here and lighten up your brow some. Okay, let me go fix my hair, change my outfit, and I'll be right back. Brow set. This color is in red chestnut. And just go up in here and lighten up your brow some. Okay, let me go fix my hair, change my outfit, and I'll be right back. Alright beauties, I really hope you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it. And I'll see you all next time. Bye.